Well, this plant-based gala that we're at here, as you can hear, it's fantastic. There's a huge amount of enthusiasm, a lot of noise, which means people are really enjoying themselves. The food is sensational, absolutely wonderful. And what is really nice, I find, being in these environments, because there's no death on the plate, everyone is warmer, kinder, and more open, in my opinion. And that's one of the great indicators of having a group of people who are plant-based together. It sounds like a silly thing to say, but I mean it. It's full of heart. Well, the more I learned about the plant-based treaty and its enormous reach, which seems to have happened in quite a short period of time in my experience, it covers such huge ground in terms of the importance of having a plant-based lifestyle, which is, of course, the healthiest lifestyle for all human beings, and also the healthiest lifestyle for our planet. So it was just, the more I got to know about them, the more impressed I was by the great work and the great reach they have. Well, I would encourage everyone who hears about it to sign the plant-based treaty, because it's a very, very important commitment for all of us to make. I mean, if we think, as the UN stated, that we have 60 harvests left, that means that our grandchildren or our grandchildren's children are not going to have much of a planet to live on or feed off if they don't all subscribe and sign up to the plant-based treaty. So I would just encourage everyone to do it. I hope that now, having reached a rather mature time in my life, and I'm very lucky that having been an actor for 60 years next year, I've got a very good platform, and I manage, I hope, to reach young people, middle-aged people, and quite ancient people like myself. I also feel, because I've had a very, very lucky life, and I often wondered, why was I so lucky? Why have I been given such riches? And when I became involved with a plant-based lifestyle and then connecting up with the plant-based treaty, a lot of it made a huge amount of sense to me. So I'm very, very delighted to be able to have quite a long reach, basically. I think what makes the plant-based treaty different is its fantastic reach, basically. It is getting into every corner of society at the moment, and I think is being picked up. So I think what makes a difference, certainly in the vegan plant-based world, is that its reach is growing and growing and getting stronger by the day. So that would be the most significant difference. Well, if I had a moment to sit down with our Prime Minister, who I think is a very kind man, I would try to impress on him the importance of a plant-based lifestyle, because as is being internationally recognized, it's first of all the healthiest diet for human beings. So if you want to solve a huge part of the problem with the national health, encourage people to eat healthy. You'll have less people who are ill and sick. Also, I would say that if, as I'm sure you want us all to live in a kinder, a more considerate and a more compassionate society, then all of those elements are what make up a plant-based lifestyle. I think that people who profess to love animals, but also are happy to eat animal flesh and drink cow's milk, I would say the dairy industry is one of the most cruel industries in our world. You can't really love animals and eat them. It's a contradiction. It's an oxymoron, basically. You would just be possibly a speciesist rather than somebody who loves all. The thing I love about being a vegan and being plant-based is it embraces every species on the planet, asks for a kinder life for all species, not just the limited, one-dimensional compassion that we show to our wonderful companion animals. You've got to love rats, you've got to love mice, you've got to love elephants, everything, all the insects, the lot. And also all of these species, the gardeners of our planet. They all have a function, you know.
Yes.
A mouse, a rat, an ant, they all provide something that creates wonderful soil on our planet, and that soil is all being destroyed by industrialized animal agriculture, growing crops to feed animals, to feed humans. Cut the middleman out and just eat the crops.
The best treaty, won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities and endorse the plant-based treaty.